that dry foods with a preservative or the sulfates, the unnatural or the preservatives. So if we can keep our foods in our body, or I'm sorry, when we can keep our foods continually, eating small meals a day, and keep this process going, we'll have a flatter abdomen, but we'll have a place for a clean body and for our bodies to, our immune system to fight and work the way it's supposed to. You guys put your stomachs, put your hands together. That's the size of your stomach. So when you open that up like this, you would see that for each person it's different, but the size of their hand is what you should eat per meal. Why is that so important? You cannot digest any more than that amount. That's so important. And so if you're eating smaller amounts of food, that much or smaller, you're going to digest food more well in the time that you should, instead of allowing it to go right through your system like some people do. They're very acidic, not like you, because that's a good time for me. You want your body to have that much food in your stomach going into your small intestine, into your large intestine, in order to digest things and get out the alimentary canal. So, so what's really important in that is making sure we have high fiber. We want to have good oils. We want to have an excellent probiotic and enzymes. Now, in today's time, if we eat really healthy, we have a lot of the enzymes in our food, and so you have a better chance, since you guys are all unhealthy, you have a better chance in making those enzymes with your proper food and food combinations and things like that. But there are times under stress, and when your body is starting to go into a detox mode, because every year it does, by the way. Like every spring and fall, you go through a detox. Springtime usually is gallbladder season. And the doctors make a joke about that because I have a couple of doctor friends, and they used to make jokes about that because they know they can get their next whatever they feel like buying because they do so many surgeries on gallbladders. You know, they used to make jokes about that years ago, and I never did understand that. But I have a doctor that was working in my office, and he said, yes, you know, we used to joke about that because we would do so many gallbladder surgeries in the springtime. That really was amazing to me. But it all goes back to your body naturally detoxifies in the springtime. We're up on a clock, and that our body knows every organ and when for it to detoxify. Okay.
This has to do with the meridian. The spring meridian, 21st of March, and the fall meridian, 21st of September.
I know somebody at my work that's going in for gallbladder surgery.
You usually hear it often. I mean,
and another one actually went to the ER for the same thing, but hasn't had the surgery yet.
Absolutely unnecessary. They can clear it up in
I agree
24
with
hours.
you.
I know.
That's right.
So easy.
It's so easy keeping the body balanced if you know what to do. But a lot of us, like I came from New York, I had no clue what all this was. You know, it was very foreign to me. I didn't want to, you know, I didn't want to talk about that. But the more I ate better, the better my brain got. And the more I cleansed, the better my body and brain got. So it just made sense to me after a while. So I think what I'd like to do is flip to the next couple pages, and I'm just going to make a couple comments. I don't know, do y'all want to hear about this any more, about like constipation, or is that okay if I talk freely? Yes? Is it okay? Okay. Well, some people get a little offended when you talk about food, so walk at it. Not me. I get so excited about this, you guys, because it's just so, you have so much freedom. I mean, we were born to live off the earth. And so I am just so big at eating healthy and eating good foods, and I am so glad you're around to help us to keep our poisons off of us and keep the plants growing. You know, I hear so many people say, oh, our earth is going, you know, all its changes, and I know so many, and it's so nice to meet all of you that you want to take care of our earth and take care of our bodies. So, okay, causes of constipation. Now, you guys, I mean, I meet many people who say, I'm not constipated, I go every day, or I go every other day. Well, we need, if we eat this amount of food or more every day, we need to go to the bathroom 3 times a day. So, I'm going to gross you all out. So our bowel movements should be as long as our sigmoid, from here to here. You guys, that's 12 to 18 inches long. So can you only imagine how much stuff is inside of us. So, I'm saying that because the next couple pages, you'll understand why. The causes of constipation are too little of water. I'm going to say water. It says liquid, but it's really water. And the natural herb teas and things like that and juices are good, but we really need clean water. And how much water should we use? Most of the time, it's half your body weight in ounces. So I've not seen anybody that couldn't use more water, honestly. And there's a couple reasons why we're not absorbing the water. There's an intracellular water and an extracellular water. The intracellular water is the biggest number that we need to look at. Why is that so important? Because our cells need fluids to cleanse and to build. So our gut needs that water, and our body uses at least 60% of water every day. I forgot what the full statistics were, but it was amazing to me on how much water we are supposed to get from our food, which is 60%. And so if we drink water on top of that, then our body's going to be able to filter out and feed the cells and do what it needs to do. That's why they have, there's so many people who are not having enough water in their cells. I know I see Dr. Hernandez and Escobar, and they're all big on water consumption because they can look at your blood and see what's going on. So your body weight should be, your water intake should be half your body weight in ounces of water, and with your food, and with the rest of your drinks. There are cases, medical cases, where you're not supposed to have so many water, and that we take care of in a different level. There's different foods and things like that we take in consideration. But mainly, it's the fluid that goes in can help you with your food digestion, with your elimination, and with your hair and skin. So, okay. The constipating foods, though, are really important, too. The highest one on the list here is cheese. Now, I know goat cheese is fabulous, and I encourage people to have cheese if they have the rest of the diet right. And as you can see, fried foods and white flour, you guys probably know about all this. Wine with meals, and most times the nutritionists tell us to drink the red wine with meals, and I think it's good, and that's an exception. It should be organic wine. And it should be with certain meals and not every food you eat. Coffee. Coffee is a big dehydrator. Doesn't matter whether it's organic or breakfast blend or San Antonio blend or whatever, it dehydrates the body. There are organic coffees that are good. Anytime you have 8 ounces of coffee, you should have 8 ounces or more of water. So if you're going to drink it, make sure you drink your fluid to wash that through. But it is very drying for the colon. Any questions so far? Gas is a huge deal on every age. I don't know that I've seen anybody tell me that they didn't have any gas of some kind, and it's a real disturbance. If we have gas, we have things fermenting in our stomach, in our intestines. Because when we belch, we have gas, and when we go the other way, we have gas. But gas isn't really a good thing. We're going to have a little bit of gas just digesting foods like broccoli and cauliflower and things like that. But there's a time for that, and it's usually right after about 20 minutes after eating. We should have a little bit of that just for the food to break down and go into the intestine. A lot of times we can eat certain foods and get gas from, some people will have milk in because they're lactose intolerant. You'll get tremendous gas. If a person is lactose intolerant and they still have milk, they're creating a huge inflammation in their gut. And when you have gas constantly, there's an inflammation in there, and so usually it means there's not only is the food not breaking down, but we have a probiotic issue. Probiotic issue can go from your stomach all the way down into your intestine. So that's something that's easily remedied if that's all there is. And other times there's a blockage in the gut, and we might have to do some more hydrating and better oils. And your omega oils are amazing. They help a lot, but they again can cause a lot of gas if you don't have the proper enzymes to break them down. Okay. One of the things I really want to touch on with this too is making sure you eat slowly and peacefully. If you can eat peacefully and you're chewing your food, it should be mush by the time it goes into your stomach. And I know a lot of people, including myself, I have to tell myself because I'm so busy doing everything, slow down. Turn music on when you're eating. Don't drink with your meals. Have something very colorful in here. Because if you notice that if you have a dish of food that you like and they have all the proper foods in it, and we're going to talk about that in a minute, you will notice that not only do you sit down and eat your meal in a calmer manner, but you're also going to digest it and not going to get as much gas. Chewing is a really big deal. And drinking with your meals is just an absolute no.